Today, we'll be discussing light panels, specifically these SR-360 light panels from Samtian. Let's get to it. I'm James Fisher, and this is Vintage Illumination Photography. On this channel, you'll find gear reviews, you'll find landscape photography adventures, travel vlogging adventures, portrait photography, macro photography, and more. If this sounds of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. A few weeks ago, Samtian Corporation reached out to me and asked if I'd be interested in reviewing their new SR-360 LED light panels. I indicated I would. They did send me this set at no charge for review, but it was agreed that this would be a totally honest review. If I found anything negative or positive, that's what I'd be reporting on. I'm going to do my best to do an absolute unbiased review. I've been working with these little light panels for a few days now and have found some really good features about them and one or two things that are pretty frustrating about them. So without any further delay, let's get into some of the specifics. I've turned off the light on the green screen behind me and zoomed the camera out to kind of show you a little bit more of my studio setup and where we are. Usually for key lights and for a fill light, I'm using an old photogenic strobe system and using the modeling lights, which are set at 3200 degrees Kelvin. They're a quartz modeling light, and then I just white balance the camera to that. That's usually what I use in the studio setup for any video work and often for some still photography work. So I have the Power Light 600, which I use primarily as a key light, and then I have the old photogenic power pack, which I have two heads in, one in an umbrella, usually shoot through for a fill light, and then I have the other light off here as kind of a kicker or an accent light. Sometimes I have a long snoot type reflector on it, other times I have this shorter reflector on it. It works pretty well. To light the background of all crazy things, I've been using clamp lights with LEDs set in them, LED screw-in bulbs to light the background for the green screen, or oftentimes if I'm using a canvas background to light that. But I'm hoping that these two LED lights will solve a few of these issues. They have the ability to change the color temperature of the light in a few different ways. You can go through a Kelvin temperature setting on them, and they also have an RGB setting where you can get, like I've done right here, kind of a purpley or magenta colored light. You can actually, with these, scroll through a number of different colors. I'll try to do that a little bit right here. We can go into blues. You can see on my hand or on my shirt a little bit, and then some pretty strong cyan color, and then it'll go into some greens. As long as I'm not doing green screen, we should be okay with that. I can circle all the way around to oranges, reds, and into that purpley color that is so popular on YouTube right now. The lights are fairly simple on the back. There's a couple different buttons and controls. You've got a mode button right here that you can set the mode that the light is going to be in. This is the power, which will adjust the percentage of the power coming out of the light. Then you have, depending on which mode is set, this is a temperature control dial or a adjustment for different things it'll do, and of course an on-off button. They are powered by battery, which can hook up, or by AC adapter, and they do come with these little ball heads that you can see right here, and they also come with two light stands. You can see right now the light is set to 3300 degrees Kelvin, and I can change that and bring it all the way up to, you know, a daylight balance around 5500, 5600 degrees Kelvin, or create a very warm ambiance and bring this down to, 2800 degrees Kelvin is the warmest color balance it'll go to. I'll demonstrate the 360 rotation, what they talk about of the different colors that come out of these RGB lights. Right now I have it set to 0, as you can see right here, which they show as a red light coming out of this. I'm projecting this onto a tan colored background. It's the closest thing I have in the studio to a white background that we can see this. But as I turn this knob, we'll start to scroll through. There's what they call 5, which then becomes kind of a pink light, 10, 15, 20, and basically it's set up on about, because it's 360 degrees, I like to think of it as 90-degree increments. But if I hit 60 right here, I've got a pretty strong green light that's coming out of it. There's 90, There's kind of a bluish green light that comes out. And at 120, I've got another type of green that's coming out of the light. Look at 180, I've got a nice blue that comes out of the light right now. You can see I'm fading into a nice purpley color. Kind of a deep blue right there. At 240 is nice. It's a nice, really intense blue color that comes out of this. And again, we can come all the way around. 270 is that nice purpley color like I was using earlier. And then we can come all the way around, or 300 I guess was the color I was using. And then all the way to 360 again, and we'll be, because it's a full circle, 350, 360, and we'll be at red. So that forms our full circle all the way around in these. Not only will these lights do different RGB temperatures and different color temperatures, so you can balance out daylight or incandescent light as you're augmenting light in different lighting situations, they'll also do some special effects like this. This is their police car mode, where if you're doing video work, you could set this up outside a window or have it project up against a wall and simulate that the police are there outside, ready to take you away. So you've got the police mode here. If I turn, I can change into more of the ambulance mode where it's a blue and white flashing light. They have a more of a wrecker where it's the red and white. They have a lightning mode where you can simulate lightning coming outside a window. I mean, I can see using these in a situation where you'd have, you're making a movie and you could set this outside a window and have the lighting effect come in. They have a couple different lightning modes. There's the other lightning mode that they have to simulate lightning. This just steps through a lot of different colors for you. I guess you could use this if you're set these up to have a party and just a little more of a festive atmosphere. So they have a simulation where it would be like light cast onto somebody from watching a TV. This is supposed to be candlelight. Not so sure about that, but it's interesting. I may have to experiment with this one a little bit. Paparazzi. I have a red flashing light, a green flashing light, a blue flashing light. Another really interesting feature these lights have is they do have built-in microphone, and you can set it up. They will do different things depending on the sound that they're hearing. So if you just something a little crazy and fun that they offer. Another really nice feature about these lights is that they have this detachable screen on the front, a diffuser screen, and it simply attaches on by magnets. Very simply, it just sticks right on, and that's all there is to it. Very, very simple. Detach and retach. Very, very simple on this guy. I wouldn't suggest to take a big hit, and it's not a huge diffuser. Now, couple things that I don't care for on these lights. One, I'm not 100% convinced on the color temperatures that it's truly accurate when you dial one of these in, that you're actually getting, like right now it's at 3400 degrees Kelvin, that this is actually a 3400 degree Kelvin light that's coming out of this. The other thing that has been really frustrating about these are the ball heads that they include. They just don't tighten up. The lights flop around very, very easily on these, and there's no way to really tighten them up. There's a little tighten mechanism. If you loosen it, it's definitely loose and they 100% flop around. But if you tighten it, they never really lock into place. It's a very poorly engineered little mini ball head. It's got a 1/4 screw and a hot shoe at the bottom, or I should say a cold shoe mount at the bottom, so you can mount it onto things. But I would not trust this to hold this in any kind of a location setting or outdoor setting, that it would very easily blow around. I would definitely invest in some better ball heads to hold this onto the light stand. It does come with these 2 light stands. They are better than you would expect for basically being free. I'm not unhappy with them at all. They don't have great extendability. They do go up a little over 6 feet high. They'd work, I think, in most situations. They're light. They all fit together in the case that's included with this. It does come with a nice zippered case that all of these components fit into, and little velvet pouches for the lights to fit into. Quite frankly, I have some better light stands that I just picked up. Same type of standard photographic head on them with the 1/4 thread on there. Overall, for $149 US, that's pretty good. You're getting a pretty good system for that little bit of money. You've got lights that actually go quite bright. Right now I've got this guy just on 5% brightness, and I can't, if I can keep him balanced, let me get right on the power. That's on this side, and if I crank that up, you can tell he gets pretty darn bright right there, and then right back down. So I see myself using these quite a bit in studio situations for lighting. But there you can see what's going on right there. He just, I let go, and he's not holding in place really good. You can see him flopping around. Can I recommend these? Yes, I can, as long as you have eyes open what you're getting. You're getting something that you're gonna kind of color balance by eye. Don't count on it being, because of the wide array of the LEDs in here, don't count on it being a perfect white balance or a perfect color balance. But in 95% of the situations that as YouTubers are in, it's going to work phenomenally. If you use, like I've got the other one right now, set up on this magenta colored light shining on me just for an accent light, what a deal, what a setup for that. I can turn them on green, like the green screen behind me, and it'll provide a nice overall green spill that'll make sure that that truly is green to help me out in the keying for removing that in later post-edit. Invest in a little better ball head. I'm actually looking at a few right now on Amazon that I can probably invest in. Comes with 2 batteries, comes with 2 AC adapters, comes with 2 plug-in chargers for these batteries, which are the standard, I believe it's a Canon style battery, so you can get different bigger batteries or smaller batteries, whatever your pleasure is on these. These came to me from Amazon fully charged. I have yet to plug these in and charge them. It's been working great ever since. And in fact, when I look at the battery life, I've still got 3 out of 4 bars on this guy, and I've had these for about a week and a half now, and I have yet to charge the battery at all, and I've been using them pretty steady. Really a testament to LED energy efficiency. Is this something that I personally would buy? Absolutely. I've actually been ironically looking at some different light sets like this, and I'm thrilled that Samtian reached out to me to do a review on these lights. Very happy. Couple little frustrations. If you're looking for the absolute most heavy-duty light stand, this is not it. Will it hold these lights? 100% guaranteed. Will it hold that photogenic power light up at full extension? I wouldn't do it. That's not really what it's designed for. It's designed for this. I have other stands that are much heavier duty that'll do that. So that completes my review of the Samtian SR-360. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like. Helps the algorithm, helps YouTube to know that you actually like and watch these videos, and helps me continue to make more. Very happy to do these occasional product reviews for you. Not really the focus of my channel, but we all need gear to get the job done. Again, I'm James Fisher. This is Vintage Illumination Photography, and hey, remember, not everything that happens is good, but there is good in all things.